From a young butcher to a global sensation, Nusret Salt Bae Gökçe's rise to fame was nothing short of extraordinary. But as the world watched him sprinkle salt with finesse, dark accusations began to surface. Claims of greed and discrimination tarnished his image, and the once beloved chef now finds himself as one of the most controversial figures in the industry. The question remains, how did it all go so wrong for Salt Bae? Hey, it's Loaf. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe, as it really helps the channel grow. Gökçe's rise to fame started when he returned from America, quickly establishing a restaurant in Istanbul and Dubai. A few years later, one viral video made Gökçe an international sensation. With a sprinkle of salt and a flamboyant flourish, Gökçe created an iconic moment, sparking a wave of memes from celebrities and social media users alike, cementing his nickname and fame as the internet's Salt Bae. Leveraging the popularity of his viral video and the success of his already established restaurants, Salt Bae catered his attention to the upper-class elites.
Not many people know that me and Salt Bae are tight-lipped. He's my boy.
However, as his fame and wealth grew, Salt Bae's once humble beginnings started to fade as he turned his restaurants into a luxurious escape for only the rich and famous.
Literally, it is made for the top 1%. If you don't know, to get context of how expensive his restaurant is, this headline will make you chuckle. Customers shock over £37,000 bill at Salt Bae's new restaurant.
The Wagyu tomahawk was delicious, but at £385, it's pushing my boundaries on a personal level of what I think is acceptable.
This place is the definition of pretension. No steak is worth that price. He must be making an absolute fortune. Despite the question of his true authenticity, Salt Bae's restaurants started to receive criticism. They do not care about anybody that isn't one of them, Turkish. You get reported over silly things, and they are quick to fire people because they feel like millions of people want to work for Salt Bae, so firing you isn't a problem. One YouTuber shared his thoughts on what it was like to work for Salt Bae.
They were giving me day shifts, the lunch shift, and the traffic during rush hour for lunch shift was nuts. So I literally went up to the manager and asked him, hey, what the hell are you doing? In the back of my mind, I knew it was because most of the other workers were Turkish. The majority of the people working at night, especially the bartenders, all spoke the language. They were very familiar with, Turkish culture. And I didn't say this earlier, but Salt Bae is Turkish.
There's racism everywhere. It's not acceptable and painful, but that's reality. From everyday commenters to social media influencers, voices were raised in discontent, accusing the once humble chef of letting greed cloud his judgment.
The $2,000 steak arrived, and it was not what we expected. For $2,000, I gotta say, I thought it would be way bigger. Right after, the tomahawk arrived. That was rare, even though we ordered medium rare. Now, there's nothing wrong with rare steak, but if you order medium rare, you should get what you paid for.
This guy basically took a short internet fame to another level. Surprisingly, things does work for him, even if you gotta question the ethics behind it. And after being caught in a lawsuit with his former employees, his reputation started to crumble. Salt Bae forced to pay $230,000 to ex-waiters for conning them out of tips and firing them when they complained. An 18% service charge added to the customer's bills was not a tip. This guy is the worst kind of con artist. This guy is scamming both rich celebrities and workers. And more employees started to come out with their experiences. By the way, this is Salt Bae's restaurant. Yes, a restaurant based on a meme. So the only way it's busy is if he's in town throwing salt at everything. Managers are disorganized and don't respect you. It was dead every day I worked. The entire place is a scam. They also cater to clientele that is social media obsessed and looking for clout. So the guests you're waiting on are just mind-numbingly shallow, that are just on their phones the entire time, taking selfies and taking pics. But amidst the turmoil and accusations, it cannot be denied that there may be some deeper, more valid reasons for his actions.
And that was one of the top, I think, 5 bites of meat I've ever had. Best quality. Best quality. That's Salt Bae. You heard it from him, right? Thank you, Salt Bae. Thank you so much.
As long as the food isn't disgusting and service follows, no one is forced to eat there. No need to constantly bash the guy. Hate him or love him, but Salt Bae worked his ass off and came from nothing. However, as the flames of scandals threatened to consume him, he continued to overstep his boundaries with a cringeworthy moment to end 2022. During the World Cup, Salt Bae forced his way into Argentina's World Cup celebration. For the Instagram clicks and fame, he was determined to do anything, even going as far as physically yanking on Messi's arm for a photo opportunity, and the comments were not what he expected. As the videos became viral, Salt Bae's personality was analyzed by popular YouTuber Penguins0, his flaws and faults laying bare for everyone to see.
Salt Bae is cringe. Well, that guy's cringe.
I've said this before, and now it's time to dust it off and say it again. It's time to hit you with the truth.
Okay.
It is extremely embarrassing when somebody makes one thing their entire personality. If you have like a shtick that becomes a meme, making that meme your entire brand and your entire life.
Yeah, that's true.
Salt Bae continues to like yank on the trophy until finally the player just relinquishes control to it. He also shakes his finger no to the baby, letting him know that it's his turn, it's his trophy, and deserved it. He put nutrients in that team's body one time 4 years ago. The delusion is remarkable. It should almost be studied.
As the dust settled, one question remained. Was Salt Bae a victim of his own greed and hubris, or a victim of a society that loves to build people up just to tear them down? Let us know down in the comments section below.